Black History Month, right? Look, this Black History Month, and from here on out, understand that Black history is world history, right? So look, we need to teach on subjects that people are not familiar with, not the same old subjects. I even heard one radio show was talking about music for Black History Month and certain entertainers, and I'm like, what about John Horse, and what about Ganga Zumba and Gaspar Yanga? What about Mansa Musa? What about Stagecoach Mary? What about all the greats, you know? What about the Moors in Spain? And what about Masfarah Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad? Garvey, you know what I mean? Clarence 13 next, Father Allah. What about Black history? Not history that they comfortable with and they just want you to know. I'm talking about Black history around the world, right, where we connected. That is something that we have to do instead of just being in this little box. It's like it's 2025, but what was taught to our forefathers that put us in this box back in slavery time, it's like people are afraid to step out that box, right? It's like they got comfortable with it, right? And I know some of the tactics that they use to keep you in the box, like part of religion that they gave us, right? Started in 325 at the Nicene Council. Then they reconvened in 1501. You got William Tinsdale that wrote the first Bible. Then King James came later in 1611, 1607, 1611, right? But it's always shaping us, right? And we'll touch base on that a little later. But the most important thing is all of it. Life is dealing with Black history. We have to teach from our perspective if you want these children to grow and create a better future for these generations of kids that's coming up behind us. We gotta do better. A lot of us are born out of desperation, right? And so we do desperate things because we feel we don't have the time to sit back, relax, read, and study because we constantly on the go. But no, read those books, get you some self-discipline, learn about yourself, get you some knowledge, and start building it. You deserve it. It's only one you. Verl Creek Radio, we out. So, since it's Black History Month, we want to touch base on history going back to and probably before 1492 with the Moors. Touch base on the book, the religious instructions for the Negroes when they were bringing in Christianity, right? And try to round it off with solutions for today's time, especially dealing with culture and identity. But you know my partner, man, on the show, Christnu, you know, we just experiencing Black history during the Super Bowl in New Orleans. We were down there promoting, just out with the people, just experiencing the moment. So that's what that was. Christnu, welcome to the show, fam. What's up,
what's up,
man?
Yeah,
we back at it. You know what I mean? Look,
nice to be. What's the big old deal?
Yeah, live in the lab, man.
Yeah.
But so, I was reading the book, and a disclaimer, right? This is a disclaimer. I don't want people to think that we bashing a particular religion. This is only in the context of history and what was written and what was done, right, to a people, right? So, and that would give you an idea, because the whole purpose is, one, the temple of God is within, right? And two, you don't have to be a victim to someone else's narrative, right? Okay.
Right.
So
Facts.
that's the first part of it. So let's get into it though. So all right. So this is the thing, right? So you had the Inquisition. The Moors lost Spain, right? They lost Portugal. They lost Spain, right? And
right.
So now they kicking the Moors and the Jews out, though, right?
Right.
Now what? But a lot of people don't understand is that the Jews in Spain, because the Jews in Spain, when they left Spain, they went to different places in the world, and a lot of the Jews that are in what they say the Gaza Strip, a lot of them came from Spain as well. Okay, so people don't realize that the Jews were friends or they were on the side or employee or was trusted aid to the Moors, right?
Yeah, Moors were protecting the Jews.
All right.
Yeah.
So we don't know how that relationship split.
Mm.
You know what happened down through the dynamics of how that split. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I do know that there was an extreme, for some reason, hatred of the Moors by the Spaniards. Wasn't they calling the Moors devils and trying to paint
Absolutely.
them in the red with the pitchfork?
The whole Santa Claus mythology and Scandinavian mythology and the whole thing where black came from, the devil, because they depicted the devil as being black, and then they interchanged it with the blackface Moor, and you could pull up the pictures with the Moor stuffing the little European child into the sack like Santa with his sack, and then you have the devil figure doing the same thing. So you'll find a picture and you can have them juxtaposed next to each other. One picture has the Moor throwing the little European child in the sack, and then the other picture has the black devil throwing the little child in the sack, and they're the same thing. That's where the whole history behind black and and with the, like El Haj said, Malcolm X say, devil food cake, black, and angel food cake is white.
And that whole thing, I believe that could be also depicting Black Pete.
It is. It's black. That is Black Pete the Moor.
Right, the
for
Moor.
sure. That's that whole mythology. It gets deep, man.
It gets deep. So now, this is the question. Hold on, let me pull this phone out, because I don't want to misquote nobody, right? But this is the thing that gets me though, right? I mean, it's crazy, right? I'm wondering, so the whole purpose, well, and you all saw me read over this particular text on part 2 of Black History. This will be part 3, but go back if you haven't, YouTube, Verpic Radio on YouTube, and go back, and that's VERBALPIC Radio. Go back and check this particular one, part 2, because I read from the religious instructions for the Negroes, right? But basically what they're saying was, look, we got to teach the savages or the heathens Christianity, right? And that was the colonizers, right? But the thing was, wait a minute, they would also include the Moors and teaching them Christianity, calling them barbaric. That was the native population that was already in America. And it also was the African brothers and sisters who they transported over here by way of slave ship, right? Now you getting ready to teach, but you saying that they heathens and savages, but wait a minute. If that's the case, who built those libraries and mosques and paved roads and brought medicine and got the Europe's out of the bubonic plague with that knowledge? How all of a sudden they become savages?